Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I've got a full travel guide for you today on Cartagena, Colombia. Whether you're coming here for the history, the beaches, or the scuba diving like I did, I'm gonna break it all down from where to stay, what to do, and what you can expect for a budget. By the end of this video, you'll be ready to pack your bags and explore Cartagena. So let's get into it. Okay, let's start off with why people love Cartagena. The city is a stunning blend of old world history and modern vibes. The Old Town, or the Walled City, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and walking through it is like stepping back in time. Cartagena was one of the most important Spanish strongholds in the Caribbean, so it was often attacked by pirates and other nations. To protect the city, the Spanish built this massive defensive wall that still stands today. These walls were built in the 16th century and they're perfect for a stroll as you take in the colonial architecture and colorful streets. On the flip side, you've got Bocagrande, which is like a mini Miami. High-end hotels, shopping, and more of a modern feel. You get the best of both worlds here. So if you're looking for some things to do and you're a history buff, you're gonna love this. One of the most fascinating landmarks is Castillo San Felipe de Barajas. This fortress wasn't just built for show. It played a crucial role in defending the city from countless invasions. Cartagena's strategic location made it a prime target for pirates and enemy nations trying to seize its wealth, and the fortress was key to protecting it. After Castillo San Felipe was completed, along with its defensive walls of the Old Town, Cartagena became nearly impenetrable. Even when major powers tried to take it, from pirates to the British, no one could conquer the city. In fact, the strength of the fortress and the walls held up so well that Cartagena was never taken again, even during the city's eventual fight for independence from Spain. It's mind-blowing to think that this massive fortress held its ground through centuries of conflict, and you can visit it for just $10, which is well worth the history and these panoramic views of the city. Another historical gem is the Convent Santa Cruz de la Popa. Located on the highest hill in Cartagena, from here you get breathtaking 360 views of the entire city all the way to Bocagrande. It's only a $5 entry fee, plus you get a tour of the convent for only another $5. It's a peaceful escape from the hustle and bustle of Cartagena and a great spot to soak in the city's history and beauty. But if you're not really into history and you want adventure, let's dive into scuba diving because that was one of the main reasons I came to Cartagena. The water here is warm and crystal clear, making it perfect for exploring the coral reefs and shipwrecks. For my scuba trip at Buzos de Baru, I spent around 110 USD, but you'll find other dive shops that charge less as well as some that charge more depending on the dive site and experience. But prices for a standard 2-tank dive can range from $70 to $150. And if you're really feeling adventurous, make sure to ask about lionfish hunting. Lionfish are an invasive species that are all over the Caribbean. They have no natural predators and they do damage to the other sea life and coral in the area. So hunting them actually helps the local environment, plus they make delicious ceviche if you like that. Now, what would a travel guide be without talking about the food? Personally, I didn't eat much of the street food in Cartagena because it messed with my stomach, but if you're up for it, street food is definitely cheap and easy to find around the Old Town. Plus, there are fruit carts everywhere. When I ate out at restaurants, my average spending was between $8 and $15 per meal. So whether you're hitting up the casual spots or treating yourself some fresh seafood and ceviche in the beachfront restaurants, you can eat well without breaking the bank. You can also eat at the beach. They have pescado frito for about $5 to $8 depending, and also fresh caught oysters. The most you're gonna spend at the higher end restaurants is around $25 to $30, and that's for like a really nice steak. Okay, so when it comes to where to stay, you've got two main areas to choose from: Gatsémaní and Bocagrande. Gatsémaní has this bohemian local vibe. You've got street performers, live music, and incredible murals everywhere. It's budget friendly too. I stayed at some pretty nice hotels that average $55 a night. Again, there are some that are more, and you can stay at hostels that are less. But for me, $55 was a good level of budget and comfort. And for that price, you're pretty much right in the middle of the action if the nightlife is your scene. But fair warning, staying in Gatsémaní can be noisy at night, especially if you're near the nightlife spots. So if you're a light sleeper, you might prefer Bocagrande, where the vibe is a bit more upscale. I did find a cheaper hotel in Bocagrande for a couple nights, around $50 to $60 per night, but the majority of places are around $100 to $200 per night, especially along the beachfront, which really isn't that bad. And one thing you're gonna have to worry about along all the beaches and in Gatsémaní is the scams. Cartagena's beaches are beautiful, but they're also filled with vendors offering all kinds of services like massages, oysters, people to bring you beers. Like, they'll often offer massages or food without you asking for it, but once you take it, they'll charge you more than you expected. Or if you ask for just a $15 massage on your shoulders, they'll start massaging more than your shoulders, and then they'll charge you for the extra even though you didn't ask for it. To avoid this, you have to be firm. If you notice that they're going farther than what you asked for, you have to tell them to stop. Be firm but polite and decline their services, and always make sure you know the prices up front before buying anything. And beware of the boat ride scams. They're either going to charge you way more than what the professional places would charge, or they're going to try to add extra charges at the end. The best way to avoid this is just go to the professional places and be firm about what you want to spend. I will be honest, the scammers were a bit too much for me and I had to get away from the city for a couple days, so I went to Tayrona National Park. It's only a couple hour bus ride, but I took the plane. The ticket cost me about $160 and you fly into Santa Marta, and then the hotel I had actually had a taxi that picked me up from the hostel I was staying at and took us out to the hotel. It's called the Shark Motel. It's a 5-minute drive outside of Tayrona and it's literally sitting right on the beach. It only cost me $55 a night, and for being right in front of the beach, you really can't beat that. You can actually stay in Tayrona Park. There are campsites that only cost you $10 to $20 a night, so it's really just depending on what you want to do. But if you get tired of Cartagena, I highly recommend this area. And that's pretty much it. I hope this quick travel guide helps you. This city is really fun. There's tons of stuff to do. It has a lot of history and fun activities. So whether you're on a tight budget or looking to splurge, there's something here for everyone. And don't forget, there's other things to do in Colombia, so if you ever want to get out of the city, Tayrona National Park is just a few hours away. So I hope you liked this video. If it helped you, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment, tell me where you want to go in Colombia, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you out on the next adventure.